Hello everyone and welcome back to Teach Me in 10, a video series brought to you by Technology Networks, where we ask scientists to talk about a topic in less than 10 minutes. My name is Rihanna Lily Smith and I'm an editorial assistant for Technology Networks. Today we are joined by Dr. Emma Waters, a senior researcher from Quadram Institute Biosciences. Emma is going to talk to us about the importance of LGBTQ+ representation in science.
Hello everyone, and thank you Rihanna Lily for the kind introduction and for inviting me to take part in this series of Teach Me in 10 minutes to talk to you about LGBTQIA+ representation in science.
Firstly, how do you identify and what pronouns do you use?
I use she, her, and they, them pronouns, and I identify as a bisexual, pansexual, cisgender woman who is in a lesbian relationship.
Have you encountered any challenges or obstacles related to your own or others' LGBTQIA+ identities in the context of scientific research or academia?
I've been fortunate not to face any significant obstacles due to my LGBTQ+ identity, aside from the occasional stereotypical assumptions made by colleagues based on me being in a lesbian relationship. However, I'm not afraid of being myself and take pride in openly discussing my LGBTQ+ life, which is something I highly recommend for everyone. After open discussions, I generally find those assumptions are forgotten. However, I'm aware that many in our community find it challenging or uncomfortable to openly discuss their LGBTQ+ identities. For instance, I know some group leaders who have never come out because they grew up when it was illegal to be gay in the UK and continue to fear repercussions from their peers if they ever do so. Additionally, many countries still criminalise same-sex and or transgender activities, with sadly 12 still imposing the death penalty. I know LGBTQ+ scientists who are originally from such countries and sadly just don't realise it's okay to be gay or fear the repercussions of coming out if they later return to their home country. This is why I'm so open about my identity, to show these individuals it's okay and help them feel comfortable being themselves. Speaking from my own experience, scientists, even those from different backgrounds, generally do not care about your sexuality, as long as you are happy and produce the best science you can.
Can you share any examples of successful efforts or initiatives aimed at increasing LGBTQIA+ representation and inclusion within the scientific community at your institute or others?
Many science societies, universities and research institutions have active LGBTQ+ communities that welcome newcomers. For instance, our LGBTQ+ working group at the Norwich Research Park contributes to many different committees and helps influence policies to support our needs. Our institutes have also joined Stonewall's Diversity Champions programme, demonstrating a commitment to creating diverse and inclusive research environments. This programme equips employers with the confidence and tools to become LGBTQ+ inclusive leaders, helping them attract, support and retain queer talent. I contribute to these incentives and also run an LGBTQ+ community group that arranges and informs members about local queer social events and training opportunities. My institute is also very supportive in me developing an outreach exhibition called What is a Scientist? Into a national resource. This exhibition aims to challenge the traditional stereotype of scientists as old, eccentric white men who are messing around with chemicals. It showcases the diversity of scientists at the research park by using a double-sided photo wall of 46 scientists, with one side showing the individual in a non-scientific context and the other side showing their scientific work. This exhibition has gone to science festivals, country festivals and local schools to inspire children and smash stereotypes, demonstrating that anyone can be a scientist regardless of their background, race, age, sex or disability. This aims to give children visible role models and inspire their futures in science. On a similar mission, the 500 Queer Scientists Initiative showcases over 2,000 LGBTQ+ scientists from around the globe, providing a sense of community and showcasing queer role models and creating opportunities for connections and greater visibility within STEM. In the UK, the charity Pride in STEM also runs many local and national events to support and showcase all queer scientists in STEM.
What role do you believe allies and advocates play in advancing representation and inclusion in scientific fields, and how can individuals effectively support these efforts?
Personally, I believe one of the main barriers for LGBTQ+ people entering and progressing in STEM is the lack of visible advocates and role models. Now, my entire childhood was overshadowed by law in the UK called Section 28, which censored educational resources that promoted alternative gay families and banned teaching in any school of the acceptability of homosexuality. This law meant that there were no queer role models for me to look up to when I was growing up, leading me to not embrace my sexuality until my mid-20s. Although the law was abolished in 2003 and our rights have been greatly improved since then, this and other significant events in our history have profoundly impacted not just my own and prior generations, but also the next generation of queer individuals and scientists. This generation, who may have had more freedom to be themselves, are desperately searching for visible role models in science from mine and older generations. But understandably, these generations might find it challenging or may not want to make themselves visible. Therefore, we must continue to actively help give a voice to these quite unsung queer heroes who are out there so the next generation can find them. Scientists are valued members of society, and we hold significant power to influence and shape it positively. Our expertise allows us to inform and work across various sectors, such as agriculture, healthcare, education and policy making. In all these interactions, we have the opportunity to embrace and highlight our diverse identities, demonstrating that our multifaceted backgrounds and protected characteristics are actually strengths. By doing so, we can promote inclusivity and show that diversity in science enriches our work and contributes to a more harmonious and innovative society. However, this constant effort in advancing representation can be a heavy burden at times for LGBTQ+ advocates in STEM. These incredible individuals have to carry the weight of not only their own lives and careers, but also the responsibility of representing all other queer scientists in their field, workplace and community, whilst knowing that they are a role model for others. Allies can play a crucial role in this regard by sharing this burden and offering support, amplifying voices and fostering an inclusive environment that encourages and sustains diversity. By doing so, they help alleviate the pressure on LGBTQ+ individuals and ensure a more supportive and inclusive scientific community.
What can everyone do to improve inclusivity and diversity in their workplace?
Creating a safe and welcoming environment in the workplace is essential for fostering a healthier, more innovative and open culture in which everyone can thrive. Here are a few steps you can take to help to achieve this. Number 1, educate yourself with a range of diverse perspectives. Broaden your understanding by diversifying your social media feeds and other information sources. This will help you become more aware of different experiences and elevate underrepresented voices. Number 2, don't expect to be perfect immediately. Embracing inclusivity is a learning curve, and it's okay not to be perfect immediately. The effort you put in will be appreciated by most. Number 3, include your pronouns. Adding your pronouns to email signatures, conference badges, and even talks is a simple gesture that signifies you recognise their importance to many LGBTQ+ people. Number 4, be an active bystander. Learn to recognise and challenge inappropriate or threatening behaviour. If you do not feel comfortable addressing it directly, seek help from a colleague, line manager, or appropriate reporting channel in your workplace. Number 5, engage senior leaders. Encourage them to be active champions for inclusion and diversity. Workplaces thrive when a culture of inclusion is supported from the top. Vocal support from leadership helps employees from minority groups feel as if their entire organisation supports them in being their authentic selves. Number 6, respect boundaries. Avoid asking LGBTQ people intrusive questions. It's okay to ask some questions to further your understanding, but be mindful that some topics may be uncomfortable for others. Always be respectful and considerate. Number 7, centre LGBTQ+ voices. When supporting queer people, remember to recognise your own privilege and step back when necessary to ensure their voices are at the forefront. By implementing these practices, you can contribute to a more inclusive and diverse workplace where everyone feels valued and respected.
What advice would you give to any young queer scientists?
My advice would be to actively seek out other queer individuals in STEM. They are out there, I promise. Look into historical queer scientists. There are so many hidden gems of queer individuals who have made significant contributions to science throughout history. Their stories can provide motivation and a sense of belonging. Also seek individuals who are peers at your career level to provide you with a supportive network who understand your experiences and challenges, as well as those who are further along in their careers to provide you with silent role models, or even potentially more active ones, that offer guidance and inspiration. Building these individuals into a diverse and supportive network can be incredibly beneficial and help you navigate your career while celebrating your identity.
A huge thank you to Emma for joining us here at Teach Me in 10. If you'd like to know more about Emma and her research or LGBTQ+ representation in science, make sure you check out the resources linked in the video description down below. Stay tuned for our next instalment of Teach Me in 10.